stop scrolling. Don't skip this. Because if you're 40 or 50 years old and you feel like you have no money, no savings, no real investments, this video might be the most important financial message you'll hear this year. And I'm not saying that to be dramatic. I'm saying it because people in their 40s and 50s are quietly entering the most dangerous financial trap in America right now. A trap that doesn't look like failure at first. It looks like I'm fine. It looks like I'll catch up later. It looks like I still have time. But then one day, almost overnight, you realize retirement is not 30 years away anymore. It's 10, then 5, then 2, and you're looking at your bank account thinking, how did this happen? If that fear has ever hit you at night, lying in bed thinking, what if I never catch up? What if I'm forced to work forever? What if I become a burden to my kids? Then you need to hear what Warren Buffett would say to you. Because Buffett's message for someone who feels broke at 40 or 50 is not what most gurus say. He's not going to tell you to buy fancy stocks, do risky trades, or manifest wealth. Buffett would tell you one brutal truth first. Your biggest enemy is not the stock market. It's time, because at 20 or 30, you can make mistakes and recover. At 40 or 50, you can still win, but the clock becomes loud. And that's the reason this video is urgent. Not because you're doomed, but because this is your last easy window to turn everything around. Now here's the hook you need to understand. If you're 40 or 50 and you have no money, there are only two types of people. Type 1, the person who keeps doing what they've been doing and hopes it magically gets better. That person ends up panicking later, making desperate decisions, and retiring broke. Type 2, the person who makes one identity shift today. I'm not behind, I'm starting. And they build a plan so powerful that 10 years later, people ask, how did you catch up so fast? This video is for type 2, because I'm going to give you the Buffett blueprint for turning your money story around. No hype, no complicated math, no fancy words, just simple steps you can actually follow. And if you do these steps consistently, you can go from nothing saved to building real security faster than you think. But first, we need to talk about the truth that nobody wants to say out loud. If you're 40 or 50 and broke, it's not because you're lazy. It's usually because life happened. Maybe you raised kids. Maybe you got divorced. Maybe you had medical bills. Maybe you supported family. Maybe you lost a job. Maybe you made mistakes. Maybe inflation and rent destroyed you. Maybe you worked hard, but the money still disappeared. So, let's remove the shame. Shame is useless. Shame doesn't pay bills. Shame doesn't build wealth. Shame only keeps you stuck. Buffett would tell you something practical. Focus on what you can control. And what you can control is your next decision, not your past, your next decision. So let's start there. Here's the first thing Buffett would say to you if you walked into his office at 45 and said, Mr. Buffett, I have no money. He would probably ask one question, where is your money going? Because most people believe they have an income problem when they actually have a leak problem. A leak is small spending that feels harmless, but drains your future. And in your 40s and 50s, leaks are deadly. Not because you're weak, but because time is expensive. When you're young, wasted money is annoying. When you're older, wasted money is retirement years disappearing. This is why the first step is not investing. The first step is stop the bleeding. If your finances are a bucket with holes, pouring more water doesn't solve it. You patch the holes first. And I know some people will roll their eyes and say, here we go, another budget lecture. But listen, I'm not saying stop living. I'm saying stop dying slowly. Because I've seen people making $80,000 to $150,000 per year and still broke. That means the problem isn't only income, it's structure. Buffett's entire life is structure. Businesses win because they manage cash flow, so you must manage cash flow too. Now let me give you the truth about being broke at 40 or 50. The feeling of being behind becomes dangerous because it causes people to make two bad moves. Bad move number one, they give up and do nothing. Bad move number two, they start gambling, hoping for a miracle. Cryptomania, meme stocks, risky options, get-rich-quick schemes. That's what people do when they feel behind. They stop thinking long-term and start chasing shortcuts. Buffett hates shortcuts. Buffett became rich because he did the opposite of what desperate people do. He stayed patient. He stayed consistent. He let compounding do the heavy lifting. And that brings us to the most important truth in this entire video. You can still become financially secure starting at 40 or 50, but only if you stop trying to get rich fast and start trying to get rich for sure. Rich for sure means boring decisions, consistent decisions, repeated decisions. It means building wealth like a machine, not like a lottery ticket. So let's build your machine. Here's the Buffett recovery plan for someone with no money at 40 or 50. Step 1, declare financial war. Yes, war. Because your time is limited and your goal is big. You cannot treat this like a nice idea. You must treat this like survival. You need intensity for 12 months, not forever. But 1 year of discipline can change 20 years of your life. Step 2, build your emergency shield. Before you invest, you need to stop financial surprises from destroying you. You need a small emergency fund. Even $1,000 is a start. Because when emergencies happen, and they will, people without emergency money go into debt. And debt is the enemy of wealth. Buffett would rather keep cash than be forced into a corner. The point of emergency money is not to get rich. The point is to prevent you from going backwards. Step 3, kill high-interest debt like it's poison. Credit card debt at 20% interest is like trying to run while someone is holding you back. If you have high-interest debt, your first investment is getting rid of that debt because there is no stock market return that beats 20% guaranteed loss. Step 4, increase income without destroying your life. Buffett loves this concept. Increase the gap between what comes in and what goes out. The bigger the gap, the faster you build wealth. And if you feel broke, you need to create a bigger gap. That can come from cutting waste and increasing income. In your 40s and 50s, the best income increase is usually not gambling. It's skill, certifications, overtime, side income, consulting, real skills, real value. Because skills give you stable income. Stable income gives you investing power. Step 5, automate investing like a bill. This is where Buffett destroys most people. Most people invest when they feel like it. Buffett invests like a machine. The real secret is consistency. If you start investing only when you have extra, you will never build wealth, because there is never extra. The wealth mindset says, investing is a bill, non-negotiable, even if it's small, even if it's $50 per week, because Buffett knows the secret. Compounding needs time, but it also needs consistency. Now let's talk about what you should invest in if you're starting late. Buffett's advice for most normal people has been very simple. Low-cost index funds. You don't need complicated picks. You need broad ownership of America's best businesses. A simple index fund strategy can work beautifully if you stay consistent. But wait. Before we go further, I want you to understand something important. The reason you feel broke might not actually be because you have no money. It might be because you have no system. And once you build a system, money starts to appear. Because systems beat motivation. You can feel motivated today and broke tomorrow, but a system will keep building even when you feel tired. So here's a simple Buffett-style system. I call it the 4-step catch-up system. Step 1, cut 3 leaks. Find the 3 biggest money leaks in your life. Subscriptions, eating out, car payment, impulse shopping, high rent, lifestyle spending, expensive hobbies. Don't cut everything. Just cut the biggest 3 leaks. That can free up $200 to $800 per month in many households. Step 2, create a wealth transfer. Transfer that money automatically into a separate account every payday. Call it Future Me. Step 3, from that account, auto-invest into index funds or retirement accounts. Step 4, do not touch it. Protect it like it's locked. That's it. Do those 4 steps for 12 months and your life begins to shift. Now let's address the elephant in the room. What if you truly have almost nothing left after bills? Then this becomes a deeper strategy. Reduce fixed costs. Because fixed costs are what keep people trapped. Rent, car payment, insurance, debt. Buffett would look at your life like a business and ask, what expenses are fixed and what can we restructure? Sometimes you don't need more motivation. You need a life redesign. That might mean downsizing a car, moving to a cheaper area, negotiating insurance, cutting debt, living slightly below your means for a few years. And I know that sounds painful. But you know what's more painful? Being 65 with no money. Being forced to work when your body is tired. That is pain. Temporary discomfort now is a trade for future freedom. Buffett would take that trade every time. Now I'm going to tell you something that will sound harsh, but it's true. If you're 40 or 50 and broke, you can't afford to look rich. You can't afford expensive symbols. You can't afford lifestyle pressure. You can't afford ego spending, because ego spending steals your future. It steals your retirement. The people who win later are the people who can look normal while building wealth quietly. Buffett drives modest cars, lives in the same house for decades. That's not because he's cheap. It's because he understands the difference between looking wealthy and being wealthy. Looking wealthy is a trap. Being wealthy is freedom, and freedom is your goal. Now here comes the most important part of the video, the catch-up math. Most people think if they start late, they can't win. That's wrong. Starting late simply means you need higher consistency and higher savings rate. Let's say you're 45 and you start investing $500 per month into a simple index fund. That's $6,000 per year. Over 20 years, that's $120,000 contributed. But with compounding, it can become several hundred thousand depending on returns. If you can push it to $1,000 per month, now it's $12,000 per year, $240,000 over 20 years plus growth. That becomes real retirement money. And here's the best part. Most people can find $500 to $1,000 per month by doing 2 things, cutting leaks and increasing income, not overnight, but within 6 to 12 months. The problem is most people never commit long enough. They try for 2 weeks, then quit. Buffett wins because he doesn't quit. He plays long games, so you must play long games too. Another Buffett rule, stop trying to time the market. People who feel broke often wait for the perfect moment to invest. I'll start when the market dips. I'll start when things calm down. I'll start when I'm ready. That's nonsense. You will never feel ready. The market will always have headlines. Buffett invests during uncertainty because uncertainty is normal. The right time to start is now. The right time to build your system is this week, not next month, not next year, now. Because the biggest cost of starting late isn't lost money, it's lost time. Now I want to talk directly to the person watching who feels ashamed. You might be thinking, I messed up, I wasted years, I made mistakes. Listen, Buffett would not waste energy on guilt. He would ask, what's the best decision from this point forward? That's it. You can't invest yesterday. You can invest today. You can't save last year. You can save this year. So here's your 60-day challenge. If you do this for 60 days, you will not be the same person. Step 1, track spending for 30 days. Not for punishment, for truth. You need truth. Step 2, cut 3 leaks. Step 3, save $1,000 emergency fund. Step 4, kill 1 debt aggressively. Step 5, start investing at least $50 per week into a simple index fund or retirement account. Step 6, increase income by 1 small new stream. Overtime, weekend work, freelancing, selling unused stuff, any honest stream. Step 7, commit to the system for 12 months. This is how normal people become wealthy, not by miracles, by machines. Now let's talk about something most money videos avoid: mindset. Buffett's mindset is not about greed. It's about rational decision-making. People who are broke in midlife often make emotional money decisions. They buy things to feel better. They spend to reduce stress. They avoid bills because it hurts. They ignore accounts because it scares them. The problem is Emotional spending keeps you broke. So here's the new rule. Your money decisions are not emotional. They are scheduled, automated, planned. When you schedule and automate money, your emotions lose power. That's freedom. Now, if you want to make this video truly work for you, I need you to do something right now. I want you to pick one number, your catch-up number, not a dream number, a real number. For example, I will invest $500 per month no matter what, or I will invest 10% of my income no matter what. Write it down, put it on your phone, put it on your mirror, and then treat it like rent. If you can commit to a number, you win. If you keep delaying, you lose. And I'm not trying to scare you, I'm trying to wake you up, because at 40 or 50 you still have time, but you don't have unlimited time. The window is open, but it's closing. Now I'm going to end with Buffett's most powerful principle for you. The best investment you can make is in yourself, not in a stock, not in crypto, not in some magical hot pick. In yourself, your skills, your earning power, your discipline, your system. Because if you build your earning power and you build your money machine, wealth will come. So if you are 40 or 50 and broke, this is not your ending. It's your turning point, but only if you take action. Only if you stop waiting for a perfect moment. Only if you stop trying to get rich quickly and start trying to build wealth consistently. If you do that, in 12 months you will feel different. In 3 years you will look different. In 10 years you will live different. And one day you will look back and realize the moment everything changed was the day you stopped saying, "I'm behind," and you started saying, "I'm building." That's the Buffett way. That's how you win. Save this video. Watch it again. And if this message hit you, comment below with the word START so you commit publicly. Subscribe for more simple, honest money strategies because you still have time to turn this around, but you must start now.